Welcome to today's edition of Bar Talk ATL. I'm your host, Marcella Phillips, and we are here live on set of the movie Johnny, I Want My Liver Back. Wow. That sounds funny, though, right?
Yeah.
But I heard it was a little horror behind this movie. So here today, I'm interviewing Mr. Tony Vaughn. He is one of the actors in this movie. He's going to tell us a little bit about himself, his role, and what started him in acting. So hi.
Hi.
Welcome to Bar Talk ATL.
Thank you very much.
All right. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Tony Vaughn, and how long have you been acting?
Well, a little bit about me. I'm a native Atlantan. I was born and raised actually not far from where we're shooting right now, about 10 minutes from where we're shooting. I've been in the this crazy acting business for 41 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Veteran.
I actually started out in theater. The bulk of my career has been on stage in theaters and everything. However, I've done quite a few movies as well as television shows and everything. But the bulk has been theater. I'm a newlywed. Just got married June the 5th of this year. Thank you very much.
All
Thank you very much.
He's smiling really big.
Yeah, man. I mean, God showed out this time. That's for sure. You hear what I said this time? But yeah, I'm father, grandfather, great grandfather.
Okay.
Yeah, I have 5 great grands and
right.
3 grands and 2 kids. Well, actually 3 kids now. 3 grown kids, yeah, because I don't really say my stepdaughter. I say my new daughter.
That's right.
So,
right.
but yeah, that's a little bit about me.
You.
Yeah.
So you're a Georgian native.
Georgia
Grady
Peach.
baby.
Grady baby. No, not Piedmont, because I grew up in the project. So grew up in the project, but we moved out here.
Yeah.
But no, we was Grady.
So when you and I didn't have that question for you, but I just thought of it. Growing up in the hood, as you say, what was the challenges of becoming an actor? Did you think it would be possible, or was it something that got you off through a day-to-day situation? Like, just how did the acting come about in your childhood?
I never, in my wildest dreams, thought that I would be an actor. Never, because in growing up, I was always shy, very shy. But I would use humor, to hide my shyness, and so it wasn't until I guess I was in my mid-20s, close to 30, something like that. A friend of mine, her husband was in politics. She was an educator, and she did a lot of public speaking. And she was attending this actor's workshop to build up her confidence in speaking in front of an audience.
Okay.
And I was over there one evening, and we were talking, and she was telling me what she was doing and so forth. And I said, well, let me tag along with you one evening.
Okay.
So I did. And I saw what I saw and I liked it, and I joined the actor's workshop.
Okay.
Scared to death, because I'd never done anything like that. I really in life didn't know what I wanted to do. I was feeling my way, even though I had multiple jobs, feeling my way. But then I joined this actor's workshop. They were in the process of auditioning the students for a play, and I auditioned for it, and they cast me in one of the leading roles. And somebody saw me in the audience, a director, producer saw me in the audience and asked me to do theirs. And I did that. Somebody else saw me. So that's how my career started. Every time I did something, somebody saw me.
Yeah.
But I did have some serious people in my life that inspired me, who have now, passed on, that were unbelievable actors, local actors. But I guess they just said, because they were such a great actors, they said, hey, look, you got something that God has given you, so I think you really should pursue it. And so in listening to that, I did, and thus 41 years later.
Okay, I've seen you in a few movies. So name some of the movies that you've done in the past, or I know you're working on this one. Name
Mhm.
some of those.
Well, I just finished in April a new television show that's going to be on ABC in January.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith and Jay Z are the
Okay.
executive producers for it, and the show is an episodic. We shot 6 episodes, and it's called Women of the Movement.
Mm.
And this show is about the first series is about Mamie Till. Mamie Till, as you know, Emmett Till was her son,
Mm-hmm.
who was uh, brutally murdered.
Right, right.
But Mamie Till started a movement from the horrific things that happened to her son Emmett, and that's coming on. And I actually play Mamie Till's father and Emmett's grandfather.
Okay, awesome.
Right. So it'll come on the last 2 weeks of January and play the entire month of February.
Mm.
And then of course season 2 will start. And I think season 2 is going to be about Rosa Parks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations.
Thank
So
you. Thank you.
I know a lot of actors start their career later on in their life. You feel like that's what is happening with your acting career?
Well, a friend of mine, the same person who really inspired me, she told me, Tony Vaughn, the older you get, the more roles gonna come your way.
Yes.
And she was so true. She was so true. It was so
Yes.
true. But I mean, I see that how things are going in my life now.
Mhm.
And first of all, I stand on God's foundation, and
Mhm.
I know whatever takes place in my life, whatever comes my way, is because of my Heavenly Father.
That's right.
And so the doors that has opened up for me, I've continued to go through these doors and everything. And yes, it seems like my career, it has escalated as far as television wise and as
Mhm.
far as movies. So it's been a wonderful ride, and I'm just enjoying it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So with this movie, Johnny, I want my liver back.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I say that, I just kind of like cackle up.
Mm-hmm.
What is your role in this movie?
Well, I play this guy by the name of Stevie Russell. Uncle Stevie is his name. And Uncle Stevie, he's a storyteller. And every time he tells a story, it changes. He adds something onto it, adds to maybe take away something, adds a little bit more into it, and so forth and so on.
Mhm.
And his niece and nephew, they love for him to tell these stories
Okay.
because it's so entertaining, and they're drawn into them and everything. So and he loves his niece and nephew. He don't have any kids, and he loves his niece and nephew like to death, and they just and he just loved telling the stories and drinking his scotch along with smoking his cigar, which is kind of like
I was
kind of
gonna
like me.
ask you that. Does that fit right into
Oh
your
my
character?
God, I've been typecast again.
Awesome. So what do we expect to hear or see from you in the near future? Are you going to be directing, producing anything, or are you just sticking with the acting?
Well, I've been asked over the years to direct,
Yeah,
produce, and
I
so
can see
forth,
it.
and everything. But I feel that even though I know I have a good eye,
Yeah.
I feel that my lane is acting, and I feel more comfortable in that.
Okay.
Even though I've done a little bit of directing,
Mhm.
but I feel more comfortable acting opposed to directing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So
So any Tyler Perry movies? Have you been on any?
well, I was on Tyler's very first movie. I had a
I
cameo
saw
in
you.
his very first movie,
Right.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Yes.
And of course, I was in his television show as the Colonel on Meet the Browns.
Mhm.
Which we had a very successful. As a matter of fact, we still come on every day on BT. So
So you got an opportunity to work with Tyler Perry. I think everybody wants to work with Tyler Perry. Yeah, just give me one role. Just give me one role. That's it. And I'm like you. I started doing acting stuff, and I actually did my first runway at 40.
Get out.
I'm not gonna tell my age. But like you said, the older you get, the more you start to see yourself in different things that you thought that you wanted to do when you were younger.
Mm-hmm.
So I did my first runway at the age of 40. I always wanted to be a model.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
And I came to Atlanta in 98 and I did that. So everything that I say that I want to do, I do it. I said I wanted to act.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing background.
Mm-hmm.
And we were talking about that earlier, about background work versus, getting a major role. What
Mm-hmm.
are the challenges of that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you shouldn't do? No.
Well,
Or what's your advice?
the sad part about it is a lot of people. Well, let me put it like this. Let me say this first. A lot of people who, let's say, did not go to acting school or anything, didn't study acting, they want to get into the business. They start doing background work, and a lot of them get caught up in that.
Yeah.
I say, you know, if you're really serious about it, there's nothing wrong with doing a little background work. Maybe a couple of projects here and there and everything. But don't, if you want to be a serious actor and have principal roles, I say don't dive so deep into the background business, take acting classes to, so you can start getting principal roles, get you an agent and a whole 9 yards and everything if you're really serious about it. Because if you're really serious about it, and you're only doing background work and you go to try to get an agent, the first thing comes to their mind is, oh, they've only done background work, so therefore, why should I represent them? I don't know what they can do or say. They're used to being in the background saying nothing. So I say if you really and truly want to be in the business and you're really serious about it, I say take a few classes and everything. And then in the classes, they'll show you exactly what you need to do in order to get an agent, as well as how to audition and so forth and so on. So I say that would first of all be the lane that you need to run down. Yeah.
Good advice. Good advice. Because I normally go on those sets to learn.
Yes.
How the whole set goes, what everybody's jobs are, just to learn my own skills from that. But yeah.
And you can learn, from just being around in that atmosphere. You can learn things and everything. But if you're really serious about becoming an actor and everything, I say get some classes and you just go down that lane.
So everybody they pretty much think it's like, oh, I'm gonna get discovered in the grocery store. I'm gonna get discovered walking down the street.
Yeah. Well,
that happens too.
It has happened.
Yeah, that's the route I want to go. But thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing this movie.
Yes.
Johnny, I want my liver back.
Johnny, I want my liver
with
back.
Uncle
Stevie Russell.
And I cannot wait to see this movie and see your character here.
Yes, it's gonna be something.
All right. So any last words of encouragement for anyone? Looks like you gave some tips on acting, but is there something that you want to put out there and inspiring?
Well, the only thing I can say is those who are really serious, no matter what profession you're in or want to be in, if you're really serious, just give it your all. I mean, just really give it your all. Go in with a take no prisoner attitude, because as I do, whatever you put out there is coming back to
That's
you.
Right.
If you put hard work out there, it might seem hard in the beginning, but in the end, it will pay off. So whatever it is you want to do, I mean, really, really focus hard on it. Go forward, and again, take no prisoner. To have a take no prisoner attitude. Yes.
You just seem like you're just so natural with this. But I want to thank you for coming on Bar Talk ATL, chatting it up with me.
Thank you.
I'm your host, Marcella Phillips, aka Lady M, and it's a wrap.